Hello folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. So again, most of the world's in lockdown, so we have nothing to do. So I thought, let's just do a live stream and then, you can spend a bit of time doing what most of you are here for, railways. So I'm currently building the Leiston Works Railway, which if we go back onto Google Earth, it runs between the main line here. Well, it used to run between the main line here, which you can see where my mouse is, and you can see where it used to run, all the way down to where the Long Shop Museum is. Now we can see they've started to relay the route, so I thought I'll make the route as it was before the route was shut. So, I don't know if we can do street view. Anyways, it didn't menu. No. Well, if we look here, I know it's really hard to see, but you can just about make out where the rails used to run here. And if we look here, you can sort of see where the rails cross the track. Now this road here, which you can see in Train Driver 2, is this road here. So basically, yesterday I did a little bit of work on the route, and I thought I'll do more of it today in a live stream. So let's just see how many. There's a few watching now, all good. So basically, the line runs from here, then it runs across a level piece, and it curves slightly, and from this spline point here up to about where my mouse is here, that is where the track's being relayed to. So there's still a lot of work that needs to go into this route, as you can probably tell. So we straighten that. So anyway, I think I'll only stream for about half an hour at the most, because I don't want to bore you with it. So far I've added where the Long Shop Museum is, a little bit of scenery, and the roads around it, and we can see vehicles going across the level crossing. Now this level crossing I've had to modify a bit. If we go to a single track level crossing, it's this one here, but if we do this, we can see that it's not really level and the rails stick out far too much. So what I've had to do is use this concrete slab texture, which I've used for this little bit here. I have to ignore I think there's a bit of sunlight reflecting on the screen. Pull that down. Does that help? Yeah, I can see better now. So you can see that basically that's just all concrete and asphalt. So that's what I've got here. Level crossing does work when the train gets near the gates open and let the train through. Also the road and the sidewalk or paths, they're two totally different things, so I have to add them separately, which is a pain in the backside, but that's got to be done. Also I'm adding I'm adding check rails wherever the track is level, so that the wheel flanges actually run on the track in the gap instead of running on top of the concrete. So I thought we'll work on this for about half an hour in today's stream. So, well, there's nothing really much more I can say apart from if we come over here, you might be able to tell there's some rail tracks here. If you can see, you run up and down here. I have a little locomotive. I think it's called Seraphite. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Let's just Google it. Wi-Fi's running really slowly today. So this little locomotive here. No, it's not the best image to go on that one there. So we can see it's running back and forth in the car park there. Now this steam engine here used to run up and down the Leiston Works Railway. In fact, it's recently been restored. That's what it looked like once they were done with it back in the 60s. So it was in a sorry state, but then recently it's been lovingly restored. It works on the railway. So I'll show you what I've got on the map so far. And the track runs up to here. Now the main line's going to be running through here. We'll add that later on. We have a little train hauled by Class 31. It's not the largest of trains because it has to fit all the way over the level crossing and in the shed, so it can't be too long. So all I need to do now is start to add some of the build that. See if we have, let's just search. Is this what I want, or is it not what I want? Just bring it a shot so I can see it. It's a bit big for our needs, so actually Pope wants to go sideways. It's too wide. Damn, because that would have been good. Now, I built this route in Trains Driver 2 very long time ago now. The reason was because, let's say I wanted to use a Class 66, which operates on the main line now, doing freight. And let's say I wanted to run one of them, then I couldn't because, of course, they don't run on the heritage lines. So there's the pub and I've got a car park there. So I'll add a fence in, put a 3-bar fence in, 3-bar wood fence, that's what we want. So just gonna add it between the level crossing gates and the pub, so I think well here. And we can always move it into place like this. Actually it starts about here, doesn't it? So I know it's hard to see on this one, but that there is that fence that I was on about. It's probably be a bit further back. That, and you can see, very nice. So you just check out straight up against the track. It isn't. Just have it running straight up against the track. Pub's also a bit wonky, so we'll rotate that. So anyway, how has everybody's day been so far? Because I know that there's a few watching. Right, we've rotated the pub. Let me move the fence back a bit. Did I straighten that spine? No, I didn't straighten out. Right. So also there is a big tree growing in here. So I'm going to find a tree. Probably a suitable tree. Oh no. Don't want that one, I want that one. Right. Probably want something not too big. Probably something like this one over here, where it's quite tall. I should put something here so that we know if we'll clear the trees or not. Objects. Basically, it's just going through and looking at which one we like the most and adding it. I think the sugar maple might be alright, let's just try that. A bit too big, I think. How big's this one? Yeah, too big. What's this one like? It's still far too big. Quite the red maples, I think they're the right size. Oh, I was wrong. Dawn willow. Probably, no. Don't want dead trees. Can't find a reasonably sized one. No. No, just no. So this is what I normally do. I go through and I literally try every single tree until I find one the right size that I like. What one? Oh, too far. That's all the Australian stuff, the VR stuff. Volvo vehicle. And USA, UK. Right. Nearly there. I think I want like something oak or gum trees, didn't I? Oh no, I'm having flat cardboard cutouts. Oh no. I don't want anything that just looks like a big stick stuck in the ground either. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Actually, bear in mind where it is. If there's a slightly bigger one, that'll be excellent. Oh, I don't want giant redwood because that will be giant, won't it? That tree's fine. So it's just adding little details like that really make a route look good. It's still not correct size, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it, and then if I press this button here, I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Nope, it's gone, right. So what I've done is I've set the height to minus 0.22, and that also makes it the right height to have it across the track. It also makes it slightly lower than the sort of concrete asphalt type thing that we put in before. So I'm also going to put it around here, like this, and put another one going like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten that one and that one. And that means I can now move it into the correct place, but first we need to make it the correct height. Like that, I think. I know I need to move that into a different place. Ignore the background noise. Let's make that slightly higher. Actually, 25. Make it slightly lower. Right. That's that sorted. Wants to come right back to about there. Right. There's the path put in. I'm going to put a bigger concrete slab in. Want probably a 15 metre, not a 10 metre one in there. Also want to change this to 0.17. Enter. I'm going to put one of these in. I'm going to add it like here. And I'm going to move it over. Come on. Now it may stick out slightly on the road, but I'm sure that'll be alright. Just change it like that. Change that and that. Right. It's just a shame that I can't cut that little bit extra off that I don't need. It is a shame that but never mind. Now I can move the path out to the correct place. I'm going to move this over a bit. I'll put a bit of an angle. I might be able to get it in. No, I'm not, am I? Right. Well, I'll just have to stick out, unfortunately, guys. That is a bit of a shame. However, that now looks a lot better than it did before. Now the pub is also still wonky up against the track, so we're gonna fix that now before I go absolutely off it. Pass it in the right place. Right, so we've done that corner now. It looks a lot better, I think. Now I can move the class 31 because we know that the tree's in the right place. Must be a bit nearer the fence, like. So the reason why I used this concrete slab stuff was because the ground is all concrete and asphalt, and it isn't really with this wooden board stuff. So I thought, I don't like that. But the only reason why it's like that on there is because it's meant to be sort of all filled in with gravel and ballast on here. So that's why. But this corner now looks so much better than it did before. If we go back on here, we can see there's the pub. There's also some trees around here. Now, with the railway being where it is, it has to have a slight bit of an S-bend in order to get back to where the track is there. So all is good. Right, now I'm going to put this level crossing in here, which is going to be a problem because it's basically a cross junction. It's going to be a big problem. Perhaps you move it here as you see it, James. Right. A bit more. Right. Go up here. I'll tell you what, we'll not do the crossing for the time being. We'll put all these homes in on each side of the line. Now, as a really big rail enthusiast, you might think that living in one of these homes right next to the Leiston Works line would be fantastic. It would be for about a month, and then you'd sort of get a bit annoyed with, let's say I was recording a video and then every 10 minutes a big massive rain rocks by. So I think it would be good, but just not when you need to make videos as often as I do.